Hey guys, welcome to Gias 3D Print. Today we're printing a fan adapter for a 5015 blower for the Anycubic console. It's kind of a tricky print, and I actually went in and added little extra corner enforcers because it was a little weak. And this is ABS printing at 245/70. This is Villarox silver ABS, and I quite like it. I quite like the way it looks. I am suspicious that the high heats on the bed that everyone says to use on a very long print causes warping. And I think that heat going into the ABS is what's causing the warp. So let me show you what I'm talking about here if I can. So you can see this, I have to set this down. Sorry, my camera has to be quite far back with this lens. So that's my updated motherboard plate, but then look at what happened on this side. Everything got warped. I think it's not a sticking issue. I think it's being cooked because this only happens on very long prints. This print takes 5 hours, so that's my older version with uses a lot of material, and then I have a new version that's a lot cleaned up. Another thing I've done is I've designed these little glass bed holder clips, and now I've upgraded to my 235mm borosilicate glass, which I really like. I had a 220 before and it just looked dorky. So I made these clips to hold it on, and the original design was to have 2 screws on the bottom, but as always, 5mm does not fit a 5mm screw. So I have to switch it to 5.4, I think. So these are 3mm, then 7mm gap, then 3mm material by 140mm. And what I did instead of using screws on this print was I just put a layer of Captain tape inside, and then that pushed it on with enough grip so that it really holds nice and comes off real easy. No screws to deal with. That's pretty cool. That's the part that goes into the fan. Get the outboard here. 35-minute print. It's almost done. I won't bore you with all of it, but yeah, those little corner transitions were too weak. And this is a pretty thin layer print, so this definitely gave it some strength. Another thing on these is really you want to print them like tall towers, because otherwise, the way I printed it, which was with the U-hole facing up, you get that layer break along the plane of force, which is bad. There's ABS are still plenty strong. I don't think it'll ever break, but it would be stronger if you printed it like a tower column. So Ender 3 has a really shitty rail design. It's shitty for a lot of reasons. The first is that this piece is has a little chopped out box under it that fits over into a little chopped out section of this 20x40 rail. It doesn't have any kind of normal frame, and neither can you make any kind of normal frame. So you're really stuck with just one rail for the plate, and of course the plate will wobble then. It'll shake on each side. I think this design worked for the Ender 2 and the Monoprice Mini because they're so dinky, but it does not work when you get to Ender 3 size. The bed is simply too large, and also it does not have 6 wheels, and the wheels are not lined up. It has 4 cockamamie wheels that are parallelogram. Terrible. I don't know what the fix is. I would like to fix it. I have been thinking. There's my that's how I routed the micro to normal SD card reader. See, there's the There's the terrible micro, which actually has a hole that if you miss it, you'll drop your micro SD card right into the motherboard. So this is needed. This is definitely needed. And the wire just loops underneath all the way around, taped down, and works real well. So there is an upgrade to do a linear rail, but I think unless there's a way to get a whole box frame under it so that it's stable, again, a single rail is not going to solve the problem. A good printer design has dual rails. Now I know the Creality CR10 has a single rail, and how they get that to work, I just don't know, but apparently they do. But it's a bigger platform, so it has even more wheels, and that might just give it enough with 6 wheels to work. But this design, I won't say it's impossible, but without those 2 firm planes on each side, you're asking for a lot of trouble. I think any good design, it doesn't matter what you use. You can use wheels, you can use linear rails, you can use the round tubes with the round bearing thingies. It doesn't matter, but there has to be 2. And then the best is, so then you have your pulley, your geared rubber band thing in the center, and then you have 2 parallel ones about on 2/3 to the edge. Oh, it's done. Hey. Okay, so then I've tested, I have it set to deliver it to me like a Rick and Morty device. So I tested Captain Tape, and I had the leveling off a little bit, so I got rid of it all. But yeah, it's nicer without having to deal with tape, which wears out and stuff, so it's just glue stick. I also tested, I made a custom homemade mixture of Elmer's Craft Bond, which is strong, and diluted slightly with water, and I tested that and it worked terrible. So I keep trying. Let's see how stuck to the bed it is. This might get a little blurry. I gotta reach in there. It's really stuck. It is on there, baby. So glue stick really sticks. I think the warping is from cooking the ABS at too high temperature. So this was at 90 still, but I think I'm gonna start trying prints at 70. It sounds crazy, but I swear I'm cooking my prints. I think that's why they're falling apart, because otherwise they're fine. Okay, that's today. Hope you enjoyed this. Have fun printing, and hopefully some of what I've done is useful. But definitely get this 235 by 235 Boro glass. The edges are smooth. It's only 3 millimeters. It'd be nice if it were 4, but that's okay. And then this is the 3D Mo. What's the name of this place? Mo 3D. I have to check, but it's worth it. It's about $20 and about 10 for shipping. It's not super cheap, it's not super expensive, but it's very, very worthwhile upgrade to make, and it's much better than PEI or Build Tack or Lock Tack or any of that stuff. So with purple glue stick, which is this stuff, what's nice about it, it says disappearing purple. What's nice about it is it builds up. It gets a little height to it, and so it'll still stick to it. So you don't have to get your nozzle as perfect as some of the other solutions. And if a nozzle goes too low, it'll just plow right through it without damaging anything. So, like I said, there are some advantages. And so far, that's the winner. And I'm gonna try the ABS acetone, and we'll see how that goes. All right, I gotta get this spatula to get this off. Let's wait. Maybe I can get it off. Let's see how it goes. But I won't be able to film it. Just hold on. It is really on. All right, we have severe, extreme good stickage. I'll have to come back and take it off. Hold on.